EvanTell has done a great job of making things so simple and easy and clear that it feels like second nature while you're sharing Christ to the lost.
Just having that missional mindset of there's a high chance that they have never heard the gospel, and so just coming back here and knowing that, and just having a genuine heart for the lost and just loving them has been so life-changing.
One of the first times where I met someone who didn't know the gospel or hadn't heard it at least, and it was just really an honor and super humbling to be able to share that with them.
I learned that people are more welcome to hear about the gospel than we think. Beforehand, I would have been really, meek about sharing the gospel. Just being vocal about it. Like I guess it's more easy, or it's easier to, show in actions. But talking about it, it's like, oh, will this person get offended? But in reality, we should have a sense of urgency because these people need to hear the truth.
It's allowed me to definitely step forward and be more courageous when sharing the gospel, because before I was a little hesitant. I didn't know what I was doing. But after just going through the classes and understanding a little bit more about what it means to share the gospel with someone, I definitely got a new boldness about it. I wasn't afraid to just walk up to someone and, where before I'd stutter over myself and hesitate, now it's like I can, boldly proclaim everything I want to say and just, have a heart for them that I've always had but never been able to express.
I learned that it's worth going out on that limb to bring up Jesus into a conversation, no matter how awkward it might be. It's worth asking those questions, because here I am with this source of fullness of life, of joy, of eternity with my Savior, being reconciled to Him. And who am I to be selfish to not bring Him up and to not share Him with others? And so I just learned that that's loving them genuinely, is putting that gospel on display.
We're just called to proclaim and love on these people. And so that kind of took a lot of the weight off my shoulders of thinking that salvation was up to me, when that's not biblical. It's just proclamation of the gospel and loving on these students who are so desperately lost, just like I was.
Showing them that we cared about them and that we didn't expect anything in return, just like Jesus doesn't expect anything from us in return, because we can't pay Him back for what He's done for us.
The only difference between me and them is grace. I struggled with judging them at first, seeing them so intoxicated and just so stuck in sin, and then my heart kind of broke, realizing that could have been me. And so when you realize that could have been you, you just want to tell them so badly what has changed you. And that's the gospel.
Learning how to share the gospel with people has given me such a amount of faith in God, because I can see that my job isn't to save people. My job is just to introduce them to a God that I know, and that I know is great, and that I know wants to save them.
Or if it's your waitress at a restaurant, or if it's just somebody that you meet on the street, we are called to love. And the loving thing for us to do is to present people with the truth of the gospel, to present people with the truth that Christ died for them, and that without Christ, that we are going to spend an eternity without God.
When we step out on faith to share the gospel, we have no idea what God has been doing behind the scenes. And we just get to be a part of that ministry.
We can share the gospel wherever we are, to whatever culture that we're in. And so for us, as Christians in America, we're called to share the gospel to our culture.
And so I really want to thank EvanTell, because I've come to see that God really is changing lives through the gospel.